Hey guys, what's going on? This video today marks the start of a project I've been thinking of doing. I've been seeing these locations and wondering, would they be worth sharing? And after a lot of thought, hey, why not? You never know. So let's give it a shot. Without further ado, we begin the Southwestern Ontario Cemetery series. Love Cemetery. I think it's just how the E is broken right there. Artistic. So what kind of gave me this idea is driving along Highway 3 here in southwestern Ontario, you see a lot of these small cemeteries that usually were family cemeteries, and then they expanded as more people started to live in the areas. Look at these ancient trees. It's pretty cool, pretty gnarly, for the sense of the word. And you guys know I watch a lot of other vloggers. I used to actually name drop a lot of different vloggers that I watched in case it gave you guys an idea of different channels to check out. And a lot of them have shown various old cemeteries. Now, a lot of the dates on these headstones and graves go back to the settling days of these areas. So you never know. You might see a family name that you recognize. You might not. You might like some of the art on the tombstones, the headstones. So let's check them all out. Gray, well, that's not too long ago, 1990. These look to be some older ones mixed with some new ones. Some are just simply a marker like that. Tong, not hung. 1865 to 1944. There's actually a lone marker. Actually, there's a few in along the bush line here. Correction, they might not actually be markers. They might have just been a piece of an old wall or a gate that used to be here. And of course, as always, I'm still using the same Canon camera and fighting battery issues. And it's chilly out today, so batteries might not last near as long. That one looks like it's completely ungraved. An ungraved grave. Dawdy. I recognize the last name Dawdy. D-A-W-D-Y. And I know the look of these guys here to be quite old. 1885, I think. Great Scott. Making our way back up into this sectioned area. Wow, you don't see graves done like that anymore. They've got separate pillars holding each of the iron. I see gun back there, G-U-N-N. And I hope that doesn't get picked up as a different kind because it is a last name YouTube. If you don't know, pew pews, bang bangs. Anytime somebody mentions one or talks about them, they lose their monetization in the videos. Wow, these ones are so old I can't really even make out much of a date. Maybe the shading is showing up better on camera. Yeah, like I said, some of these will be fairly old, going back to the settler days. Oh my. This one caught my eye because it has a washboard kind of look to it. And then I saw the date for the born. Pretty sure that's born. Look at that. 1787. And then the final day, well, there's 3 dates. There's 1820 and then 1863. 1827 over here on this guy. A lot of them are so old, they're, like, you can't read them. illegible. 1900 something. Okay, so from my standpoint here, this tree here and this brush all around it, and then I can see some graves back there. Before we go over here, we're gonna go over here. I'm trying to do this and keep the battery going. And there's this lonesome one way off and in here, McGregor, 1869 to 1932. I just found this flower backing along this back row over here. So, oh, this is the first grave I came to. It gets the flower, and then I noticed this little guy, so I decided to straighten him up. It means something to some people to be able to come here and see the items, the trinkets that they've left, the thoughtful pieces. And if they come back and see that it's still there, that'll make them smile, I bet. I'm finding a lot of Young, the last name Young, along here. And we've got a row of, they've just been there so long the grass has grown over them. I think there's another one right in here. So this was the Young section. Geez, that was close to my last name, but not quite. Some of the letters jumbled around, dyslexia almost makes you think that it was it for a second, but I don't think there's any of my family that lived in this area in particular. Not far from here, but oh, that's nice. The majority of these headstones are actually facing that way. But there are a few on this side facing this way. Some Ross. I'm almost wondering if this is my neighbor's parents. I'll have to ask her. See what I mean with the little trinkets? Oh, that is so sweet. A little seashell. We'll put it right back up there too. World's greatest grandpa to my sweet special grandma. Oh. I like the idea of the metal flowers. They last so much longer and they don't blow away like the fake ones. Yeah, this pretty much almost concludes it. Granger, I know a Granger. And this, not sure how that happens, but it's actually off kilter. I'd like to see somebody fix that before it's on the ground. I don't know, some people might find it odd or weird to wander around and look at the old headstones, but why do we leave them if they're not meant to be looked at, if they're not meant to be checked up on, visited once in a while? And these little side cemeteries on the side of the highway that nobody ever notices or sees, this is a prime example, you know? Look at this lonely guy over here. James Clark. I've seen a couple of Clark names up by the head of the road. Again, another one, almost lost to time. It's a good thumbnail, the broken headstone. And then this, look at this, you could see it's all encased. Wow, there's another, was a tall Ross one. Look at that. Completely over. That's sad. And that almost looks like that Lord of the Rings language. It's just a certain kind of italics, but still very cool. And if you've stuck around to the end of the video, which we're pretty much at, you get to see this. I don't know why it would be there. Maybe it was a maintenance shed or something. But you have a look at this weird thing to see in the back of a cemetery. I've seen horror movies that got stuff like that in them. And when you see stuff that looks like stuff from horror movies, you just know to stay away. Besides, you're not getting in there. All these brush that you see, and then I lower the camera, that's more like chest height. This is all thorns. If you try to get through this wall of thorns just to get to that, it's not worth the reward. It's not worth the effort. Plus, it's not yours, so you have to stay out of it or somebody will call the police. I guarantee you. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tour of the Love Cemetery here in southwestern Ontario. If you did, drop me a comment in the comment section down below. What was your favorite part? What did you enjoy? Was there anything that caught your eye? And again, if you liked it, click like. That's what it's there for, that thumbs up button. Subscribe, because we are so damn close to 1,000 subscribers. I've been fighting for it for so long. A lot of people would have given up by now, but I haven't, and I won't, because the channel, it's going to be big. One day. If you haven't been getting notified when I release a new video, then you probably don't have the notification bell rung, so you better ring that bell, click it, make sure you get all notifications. I won't be spamming you, don't worry, I don't do that. You'll just get told when there's a new video on the channel. Whew, I don't know why I'm out of breath, but I'm out of here, almost to the car, and it's time to be going. The sun is setting, look at that beautiful sun. And it's our cue to go.